Hi everyone, good afternoon. My name's Tatum Sawyer, and today I will be talking about cremation jewelry. Now, we're going to do a deep dive into the history, the evolution, and its importance still today in funeral service. So, where did cremation jewelry come from? Cremation jewelry started at the beginning of man, and during ancient times, families who had lost a loved one would collect anything they could from the deceased, whether this be hair, nails, teeth, skin, blood, and even tears sometimes. The tears and the blood would be placed behind a small glass plate, and then the nails, the skin, and hair would be put into a small vial to be kept by the family. All the jewelry still has the same meaning, though. It represents the same, to help those and aid those through grief and the loss of a loved one. In the Victorian ages, we seen this mourning as taking death portraits. Now, these death portraits were pictures of a deceased loved one requested by the family, posed and propped as if they were still alive, and photographed. Now, these photographs would be kept in the home of the decedent's loved ones. During the same time, something called mourning jewelry came about. These did not include ashes, since we as humans did not have access to the technology that we do today for cremation. Rather, it would hold hair. Now, this hair would be woven into bonnets and then given to the next of kin. Now, we can see a similar kind of service take place when we serve veterans. Now, we are not giving them, their loved one back, but we are giving them a flag that represents the respect that we have for the family, as well as their services that they provided. We can also see it when it comes to traditional urns, because we are giving it to the next of kin or an informant. Let's do a little more digging into the history. Ancient times, ancient Egypt buried amulets to protect the deceased. Now, these would be stones or jewelry that would be blessed upon by the Egyptians and buried to protect their loved ones even in death. And then medieval times, Europeans, especially Catholics, would wear reliquary pendants. These would be for holding the bones or the ashes of the saints that they believed. The Victorian era was the 1800s. This is where we derive most of our today's cremation jewelry inspiration from. The Victorian era is when the memorial jewelry became very popular. After Queen Victoria's husband, Prince Albert, passed away in 1801, the public observed a very lengthy period of mourning from Queen Victoria. Her example influenced mourning customs throughout Europe and through North America. During this time, mourning jewelry became accepted as part of the grieving process. This is a fun fact. This is why we wear black clothing or black attire to funerals, is because of Queen Victoria. This is what she was seen during that lengthy time of mourning, and it became a custom into our daily lives that we see today. Back to the mourning jewelry. The mourning jewelry pieces, they were commonly made from elements such as jet, black enamel, gold, or silver, and often included hair. The woven hair that we were talking about earlier, this would be woven around these pieces of jewelry. This would have etched names, plates, or dates, and religious symbols. Very simple things. These items were not simply just decorative. No, they served deep personal reminders of the lost loved one. As cremation jewelry gradually became more accepted throughout the 20th century, memorialization practices also evolved with that. Families increasingly sought out to find more options to find an air-sealed compartment capable of holding a small portion of cremated remains. This innovation gave rise to what we now recognize as modern cremation jewelry. Today's cremation jewelry is available in a wide variety of styles, materials, and very different levels of personalization. Now, the most common materials made for this are titanium, sterling silver, stainless steel, gold, and even glass in some cases. Many pieces can be engraved with names, dates, fingerprints, handwriting, and a meaningful message. Sometimes companies even offer what they call a memorial diamond. These also can include incorporated cremated remains into glass art or resin jewelry as well. From our perspective, cremation jewelry serves as an important role in helping families cope with grief. Grief is a very individual experience, and not every family feels comfortable throughout the same type of memorialization. While some opt for the typical burial or the traditional urn, some families appreciate a tangible keepsake that they can wear every single day. Cremation jewelry allows multiple family members each to receive a small memorial, especially when cremated remains are shared for families that live states or even countries away. For funeral directors, introducing cremated remains takes a professional and sensitive approach. Memorial products should never feel like a sales pitch. No, they should rather instead, they should feel like presented as one of the very several options that we offer as funeral directors. Directors, I am talking to you. You should be carefully explaining the purpose and the purpose of the jewelry, how it is filled, how it's sealed, and how to maintain it. Now, what we say a lot when it comes to cremation jewelry is to not wear it in the shower. Rings, necklaces, anything that's wearable, it can tarnish in the shower, which is a good thing to be telling families. Most importantly, though, you should be listening to families' wishes and recommend what would best align with their values, beliefs, and a budget. As the popularity of cremation takes place, this also reflects the trends within the funeral profession. As cremation becomes more common rather than burials, as we've traditionally seen through the 1900s, families are seeking a more personalized form of remembrance. Rather than revealing one single permanent memorial, many families are combining multiple memorials, such as scattering ceremonies, permanent urn placements, typically taken in crypts at cemeteries, memorial trees, and keepsake urns, and the cremation jewelry as well. The shift in trends emphasizes the personalization, which has become one of the defining characteristics of modern funeral service. Like myself, a future funeral director, I know firsthand that our responsibility does not end at the arrangement table. No, we are entrusted with serving families and helping them to create a very meaningful experience that supports healthy mourning. We do not want to support very unhealthy mourning. That can be very bad. That's why we, push for support groups and support grief and things like that. Understanding products like cremation jewelry allows us to be able to educate families without pressure and provide options that meet their emotional and cultural needs as well. Every single family you or I will meet will not grieve the same. And memorialization should reflect the unique individual that you are serving and honoring. To conclude my speech today, cremation jewelry represents the evolution of memorialization from historical mourning jewelry and today's personalized keepsakes. It's history demonstrating humanity's enduring desire to still have a connection with their loved one even in death. Within the funeral service, cremation jewelry offers families comfort, personalization, and a forever tribute that they can hold on to forever, while still allowing us funeral professionals to provide compassionate and individual care. Thank you all for listening to my speech. I hope you enjoyed my small fun fact of the day. Thank you all for listening and have a great day.